In the previous video, we had an introduction of contact tracing app, and in this video, we are going to go over some of the details of this application. First, let's check about the data model or entities of this application. We are going to create a custom object called person. The person object will have some fields like mobile number and name, which are required. It will also have a field called token, which is of type string, or let's call it a text field. And we are going to generate this token by ourselves for each person. And we are going to generate it based on the mobile number. And we are going to have a unique constraint on this field. So this token should be unique for each and every user. It's very similar to the IMEI number for your mobile. It's also going to have a health status pick list field, which will have 4 different status like red, orange, yellow and green. Red means that particular person is positive with the disease. Orange status means this person has come in direct contact with a positive person, so this person should get tested immediately. The yellow status means this person should quarantine himself or herself, and the green status means this person is safe from the disease. It will also have a date field called status update date, and this date will be changed as and when the status of that particular person will change. Now let's move to our second object, which is location. The location object is going to have the address, pin code and name, and it will also have a status pick list field with all these 4 status: red, orange, yellow and green. The red status means there are more than 10 people who are positive with the disease and they visited this location in last 10 days. The orange status means there are more than 5 people and less than 10 who visited this location in last 10 days. The yellow status means there are 1 or more people who visited this location in last 10 days and these people are positive. And the green status means the location is safe and no person who is positive with the disease has visited this location in last 10 days. The location object will also have status update date field, which will be updated as and when the status of that particular location changes. And it's also going to have a number field called red score, and this field indicates the number of positive people who visited this location in last 10 days. Now let's move to our third object, which is people tracing object. This object is used to track the contact between 2 different persons. So if I have met with someone, then this object is going to track that. So we'll have a record in this object with my name and the person who I met with, and also the contact date and the contact type. The contact type could be cohabitant, that means you are living with that person, so that person is definitely vulnerable when you get positive. Or the contact type could be neighbor, so you can add your neighbors as well, so that will notify your neighbors as well about your health status. And it could be other, which is the default one. And the other status means that you have met with someone who is not your neighbor and neither he lives with you. And it will also have a date field called contact date, which will be populated with the date when these 2 persons meet. Now let's move to the last object of our application, and this is called location tracing. And this is about monitoring how many locations a person is visiting, so that we can also notify those locations about the person's health status. For example, if I am positive with a disease and I am visiting a particular location, then that location needs to be aware about this, that a positive guy is coming to their location, so that they can also inform their other visitors as well. So this is about the data model of our contact tracing app. Now let's go over some of the backend features. And the backend features include adding a new person or adding a new location, which we will do through standard UI. We should also be able to add the people tracing record, but here we need to have the duplicate check in place. For example, if I'm meeting a person X today and then I'm meeting the same person again after 10 days, then we should not have 2 different records in our people tracing object, because we are meeting with the same person and we can simply change the contact date. right? So we need to ensure that we have the duplicate check in place. And the same for the location tracing object as well. We need to have the duplicate check in place. Now, one more feature is to generate the unique token for each and every person record. So as and when a new person is enrolled in this application, we need to make sure that we generate a unique token for that person. Now there are some features that depends on a person's health status. For example, if a person's health status changes, then we need to make sure that we update the red score of all the locations that particular person has visited in last 10 days. So this applies to all the health status changes. Doesn't matter if I am going to orange from green, or I'm going to green from yellow, or whatever the combination is. We need to do this after each and every health status change. We need to update the red score of all the location that we have visited. Now the point number 7 says when a person's health status updates to red. So here we are only talking about the red status, and in this case we need to perform certain actions. The first thing is we need to get all the cohabitants of that particular person, and we need to change their health status to orange, because these people are also vulnerable now and they should get tested immediately. The second step would be to get all the neighbors of that particular person and change their status to yellow so that they can quarantine themselves. The third one is to get all the primary contacts of that particular person, and these primary contacts are the people that particular person met with in last 10 days. So we need to change their health status to orange so they know that they have met someone who is disease positive right now, and they should also get tested. The fourth action would be to get all the secondary contacts, and these secondary contacts are the people who met our primary contacts. For example, if I'm meeting a person X and that person X is also meeting a person Y, then Y would be my secondary contact. So we need to change the health status of these people to yellow so that they can quarantine themselves. And the last action is same that we have in point number 6 as well, that is about updating the red score and the status of all the location that particular person has visited in last 10 days. Now let's move to point number 8, where we are talking about a location status change. And if a location status changes to red, then we need to make sure that all the people who visited that location in last 10 days, they should be in yellow status now. So these are some of the backend features or automations of our contact tracing application. And as I said, some of these features are quite complex. And since we'll be building this application from scratch by our own, we'll get enough confidence to solve a real life scenario like this. Now let me quickly cover the UI features as well. So I'll simply scroll down. And here in the UI features, as I said, you will get 3 different views: the health admin view, the user view, and the location view. The features of health admin view is about showing total people in each health status. So that is about the status bar that I've shown you in previous video. And then show total location in each status. So this is about the locations. This should also have a feature to search for a person using name, mobile, or token. And the same applies for the location as well. You can also see a person's information including name and mobile in the health admin view. And you can also update a person's health status to red from the health admin view. The user view is to show the current user status, and they should be read only. That means a user should not be able to change his status. For example, I cannot change my status from red to green by myself. It should be done by the health authorities. The second feature would be to show all the people they came in contact with in last 30 days. And these features are same for the location view as well. Now let's talk about some of the scheduled jobs that we will be building as part of contact tracing application. The first one is about the data cleanup. So we need to delete all data which is older than 30 days from people tracing object and the location tracing object. So we don't want to keep this sensitive information longer than 30 days. And 30 days are enough to take an action about a global pandemic. So we'll be having a scheduled job to clean up this data every day. Then the other scheduled job is to update the health status to green of all the people who are in orange and yellow status, and it's been 14 days since their last health status update. So let's say I have quarantined myself and it's been 14 days since my status updated to yellow or orange. Now it should automatically change to green because in last 14 days I haven't been marked as red. And the same applies to the locations as well. Each and every location should be marked as green after 14 days if they are in red, orange or yellow status. Let's also quickly check out the security and some of the constraints of this contact tracing app. The first constraint is whenever we onboard a new person or whenever we enroll a new person on the contact tracing app, we need to ensure that the health status of that person is green. And if you want to change it to red, we can only do so after enrollment or after onboarding that person. The second is only health admins are allowed to change a person's health status, and they also can only change it to either red or green. The rest of the status should be changed by the automation of our contact tracing application. Now let's talk about how a health admin can change a person's health status. If a person's health status is anything except red, then a health admin can change it to red. The third point is a location record should be created in green status. So we need to ensure whenever we create a new location record, the health status of that location is green, and then only we can modify the status later on. The fourth one is the status and red score of a location should be changed programmatically. We should not be allowed to change the red score or the status of location manually. And the fifth one is the health admin view is only accessible to health admins, and we will do it via a permission set. So we are going to create a permission set and we will assign this permission set only to health authorities or health admins. So I know it's quite a lot to digest, but we have plenty of time to go over these features again and again, as we'll be developing this application throughout this course. Now in the next video, we'll start developing this application.